Hello and welcome, my friends, to the Peculiar Paradigm Storytelling Podcast, where youth determined to make the world a better place bring attention to issues that stop our society's progress from providing various perspectives through story. This story, The Knife, is a series that presents the injustice of the youth criminal justice system and its abusive rather than rehabilitative methods. The Knife is a thrilling and tragic story that follows the unfortunate journey of several teens through the juvenile justice system, how and why they end up within the system, how they survive in it, and how it changes them as people, for better or worse. Finally, if you're interested in supporting our efforts towards criminal justice reform, lovingly tap that like button and subscribe. It helps us immensely. Now, without further ado, grab some refreshments and get comfortable because our story is about to be told.
Where did Leia run off to? I scan the schoolyard as the crowd scatters. No one wants to stick around long enough for the school cops to catch you. Dang, she disappears fast. I wonder where I should start. There aren't many places she could have gone off to. I hear footsteps approaching and turn to see it's Edward and the rest of the guys, all grinning and laughing. I bite the inside of my lip and force a smile on my face. Don't want to do anything stupid. Nice job, Ed. Real classy work back there.
I can't let little Leia think she can talk to me any way she wants to.
Hollers of agreement echo around the group. People high-five Edward and he's getting pats on the back, all for beating the crap out of someone who was too weak to even properly defend herself. Bullshit. All of us. What's worse is that I laugh with them, hard enough to make it seem that for a moment, I mean it. I try to wriggle my way out of our circle, but Edward wraps an arm around me and I'm caught off guard. I didn't think he could reach that high.
Well, Angel baby, how'd you feel about that?
It turns out he can't. People ooh and ah as he pulls me closer, or lower rather. Huh? I squint a little. From this angle, I can see each of his pores. Oh shoot, his mouth is moving. Wait, did he close his eyes? Oh my gosh, is he? Before I can think, I yelp and shove him away. It makes both of us fall. The crowd goes silent. We all just stare at each other, and my mouth turns to cotton as I watch Edward's face bloom red. Edward, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what to say. My stomach cramps as I run through possible scenarios. I think of what happened to Leia. Edward stands and dusts himself off. I don't wait for the silence to break. In a matter of seconds, I'm pushing past a small group and dashing towards the bathrooms. My white sneakers dash across the heated pavement. I ignore the knots forming in my stomach. I shouldn't have started running. They'd catch me no matter where I went. I weave through the halls and slow down a few classrooms away from the bathrooms. I check behind me before pulling my phone out and sending out a quick text. I didn't think to look up as I stepped in. A gasp leaves my body as I register the sight before me. It's Leia, a flickering light, and a knife halfway up her arm, leaving a trail of blood as she brings it higher, pushing it deeper. Our eyes lock and suddenly we're six again. She's crying and I'm standing frozen, not knowing how to help her. A 6-year-old Leia is screaming at me to help. This time, I won't just watch her crumple. I blink out of my reverie and rush over to her, wedging the knife out of her grip. Every part of her is shaking, her hands slick with sweat as I hold it in my own. I toss the horrid instrument into the sink and focus on her arm. Dear God, her arm. I take a deep breath and try to calm the shaking in my own hands as I turn on the sink. Leia, I'm gonna let go of your hand. I need you to put it under the water. Can you do that? She doesn't look up as she nods slowly and puts her right hand under the running water. With her attention shifted to the cold water, I shrug off my red checkered flannel and wrap it quickly around her now bleeding arm. You're such an idiot. Why would you? I can hear the crack in my whispered tone. Why would you think that this was okay? I don't get a response as I make a point to avoid the stare on the back of my head. My left hand stays firmly on her now wrapped wrist as I focus on blinking back the burning sensation in my eyes. I don't understand. Leia had everything. She never has to work for anything. Her parents actually care about her. She has Crocs and Chad and her awesome family. I feel goosebumps up and down my arms as jealousy ravages through me. And she has the audacity to do this? The grip I have on her wrist tightens as a rebel tear slips down my face. I think of my siblings. How at their young age, they've already learned how to fend on their own. All the lies I've spun to keep us floating. I can feel the blood rush to my face as I think of Leia's perfect home, her perfect life, My fingers tingle for a moment. She's so selfish. The sound of the rushing sink water fills up my head. I think of Chad and his clumsy kindness, how Crocs is so protective of his cousin. Leiah had it all. I bite the inside of my lip, the tears starting to burn as they fall one by one. She had it all, but wants to take the easy way out? The lights above us flicker for a moment, and suddenly there's a loud slap. The sting of my palm and fresh marks on Leia's face confirms that the slap was in fact from me. The look on her face was enough to make me feel a twinge of guilt, but only for that brief second. I let go of her arm and grabbed the knife off the counter, sipping it into her backpack. Maybe it would be better if I take it. One look at her is enough to tell me she isn't fit to take this back home with her. I shut off the sink and sling her bag onto one shoulder, and she just stares at me, not even bothering to wipe the gush on her lip from the bite. She doesn't even seem to care as I give her a quick look over and nod, somewhat satisfied. Go home, Leiah. It's the last thing I say as I flee the scene, not bothering to look back at the shell of a human I've left in my wake. The open air and cloudy skies are a good change of scenery as I burst through the door and round the corner of the lockers. My head is still spinning when I reach the parking lot and I lose my lunch in a nearby bush. I'm breathless as I wipe bile from my lips. I have to get off this campus.
Unfortunately, that is where we will be concluding this episode. If you enjoyed what you listened to today, or you just want to support our work, click that like button and, of course, subscribe with the bell notifications on. And for bonus content, follow us on Instagram at Project Batu. And if you're curious and want to see where this story goes next, come back next week, the same time. We'll be waiting.